Hi Cancer, hi Taurus, welcome to your relationship dynamic reading. So this is going to basically talk about how you guys met, what's happening right now presently while you're watching this video, and then in the future, what is the possible outcome based on the energies that are at hand currently. And I also want to let you guys know that this could be for any type of relationship in your life, whether it's friendship, family, love, anything. And it can go for any type of placement in your charts, but my only rule is if you are a Cancer sun watching this, the person you're dealing with needs to be a Taurus sun as well. Or if you're a Taurus moon or a Taurus rising, then the Cancer needs to be a moon or rising compared to whatever you are, okay? So that way it'll be a little bit more fitting, being that this is a general reading. If you'd like to have a private reading, I'll have my information on the screen, or it's always down in the description below. So let's get started. So Cancer, you are cardinal water. So you are the initiator of change via feeling. So you are, said to be the sensitive one, but really you are motivated by the feelings that you have, and you're not just sensitive. I would say you're empathetic, but the part that makes you strong is that you use that feeling to make changes happen. So this may make people feel like, oh, they wear their heart on their sleeve. They don't care about showing how they feel. They're moody, but really it's just, that's you. Like, that's what everyone has within them, but they're afraid to show it. You initiate new ways of feeling about certain things. So you probably are an innovative person compared to a Taurus who, in their case, they are fixed earth, which basically means that they have a fixed way of being practical, a fixed way of making sense out of things. So if it doesn't make sense to them, then they most likely aren't going to go through with it, or they're going to be very, very stuck on something that they have seen it works. So whatever their tried and true is, that's what they're sticking to. Cancer, being that you are cardinal, it can be kind of a challenge for you to probably get Taurus on board with some of the things that you want to do. So this definitely could be a dynamic between like a parent and child. I feel like it could be for any type of dynamic. So let's just see what's happening. We're going to start off with the past life deck here, which is basically going to tell us what Cancer's issue is in this relationship and what Taurus's issue is. Or it might not even be an issue. It just could be like how you guys are, so it can give me a better idea of what's actually happening between the two of you. So Cancer, yours came out right away. Scribe or writer. So Cancer, I feel like you're very communicative with how you feel. You definitely want to make sure that Taurus understands what you're feeling, why you feel that way, and you're not afraid to express this. And I think you have a very particular way of making sure this is known to them. Like, you are very, very, like, maybe you have air in your chart or something, or maybe even Gemini or Virgo, because it's ruled by Mercury, which is all about communication. And I feel like you're very, very good at that. Like, you're good at expressing what you feel with words so that Taurus can understand it without it just looking like an emotional outbreak. Taurus, what is your situation here? Wisdom. So Taurus, you're probably the elder within the situation. I feel like you are very calm. You have a sense of like ease. I feel like Cancer is the younger one within this dynamic, and it doesn't have to be literally age. It could just be like soul wise. Like maybe the Taurus is a little bit more wise or old when it comes to like how many lifetimes they've been on this planet. I feel like Taurus is also, with this wisdom, kind of comes like a set in stone type of way of being. That's just how Taurus is in general, but I feel like specifically in this dynamic, their wisdom makes it to where it's kind of hard for them to be persuaded or to see things from a new, fresh outlook like Cancer has. I feel like Cancer is has a really fresh energy. Okay, so that was kind of what I was feeling already. So let's just go ahead and see how you guys met. Five of Pentacles. What I'm feeling from this is you guys both maybe grew up in a similar environment, or you guys probably were poor or didn't have much. So you guys could have grew up in similar, upbringings, or maybe you guys grew up together. Okay. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There wasn't much money at all. I feel like Taurus, for some reason, I feel like this is a family situation. If not, then, it doesn't apply to you in this situation. But I feel like Taurus is the mom in the situation. Okay. The Emperor, or it could be the father, but they were in charge of this Cancer to some capacity, or they were taking care of this Cancer. Okay. Why was there Five of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles here? Four of Swords. So it's almost like you guys could never figure out how to make more money, or maybe just the way that odds were stacked against you. Maybe the upbringing. it's almost like you guys had ideas, but you couldn't bring it down to reality as to how to make something work for you guys. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. So I do think this is the family situation, and I feel like you guys grew up together, or you guys are, you know, parent versus child. I feel like whoever is the elder or whoever, there's a lot of working here. It's just it didn't amount to anything, kind of like dead end jobs. Wheel of Fortune is here, so I feel like this is like a generational curse, or maybe just like a culture thing, or maybe you guys live in a country that's, you know, impoverished, or it's like you guys are very hard workers, but the money, it was like that was a big deal for you guys. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. All right, so how did you guys feel? Let's see, Cancer, how did you feel? The World. So Cancer felt like with time, eventually they were going to have everything. They were going to make the world their oyster. They were going to take advantage in opportunities whenever they got them or could find them. Cancer is over here thinking of ways to make something shake, to make something happen. And then we have Taurus here with the King of Cups, where they're at peace with what they have. They're at peace with being a single parent, if they were. They're at peace with the way that things are. It's almost like they've gotten so accustomed or comfortable with their lifestyle that they don't mind not having everything. But I feel like Cancer wants the world. They want the world. I almost feel like with Taurus being so comfortable with this, it's because like that's all they knew or something, and they were like, well, we're still alive, you know, like we may struggle, but we're still alive. And Cancer's like, but we don't have to struggle, we don't have to go through that. So that's where that polarity comes in. Okay, so I'm starting to kind of see the dynamic unfold here. All right, what exactly did Cancer want from the world? I know they wanted to end some sort of like poverty or struggle. I also feel like for a very select few, Cancer wanted to end some type of ruling that was over the household, or maybe even the country, like the government. They didn't like how things were ran. They didn't want a handout from the government. Princess of Swords in reverse. So it's almost like they were plotting different ways on how to have what they wanted. Like they saw these things in their head, and they're like, how can I make this reality? They wanted to work for it, but I think they had a different way of seeing an outcome for it. But I do think this is like a generational thing. All right, so we see how it started. Let's go ahead and move to the present. Okay, so for the present, this is saying like what's happening as you're watching this video between the dynamic. So we have two reversals here. So Queen of Swords in reverse. Cancer, this is you. So right now you're being very cold. You're not speaking. You're not communicating. You're upset about something. And then Taurus, we have the Empress in reverse. You feel like the Cancer does not appreciate you at all. You feel like they don't see you for who you are. They don't respect you. I think Taurus feels as though like Cancer feels like because they don't have everything that the Taurus isn't worth anything. That's how they feel. That's like the mode that I'm getting here. Why isn't Cancer speaking? Death. There could have been a death in the family, or there's a death to the way that Cancer sees things. Like like I said, they initiate new ways of feeling. So I feel like it's just something isn't. Like maybe once they expressed themselves to the Taurus and they shut it down, they were like, oh, well then I'm never going to talk to you about anything again. I'm never going to communicate it again. Remember, Cancer deals with the 4th house, which deals with privacy, home matters, being vulnerable or not knowing how to be vulnerable at times. And I feel like Cancer probably spoke up at one time and tried to voice their opinion to Taurus, and they shut them down. And then Cancer was like, well, I'll never say anything again. I'll never express that side of myself. Because they felt like that was a deep part of them that they wanted to expose, and they felt like Taurus shut them down. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. And it had to do with like making a new lifestyle, making a new routine. And I just feel like Taurus was not having it. They're like, that doesn't make sense. That's not what we do. That's not going to work. Like, that's dumb. I feel like that's kind of where Taurus went with it. So why does Taurus feel so unappreciated? They may feel like whenever Cancer came and expressed themselves of how they wanted to make a new way for themselves, I feel like Taurus was like, so whatever I've been doing isn't good enough for you. And so then they felt like, you know, unappreciated. 10 of Wands. Yeah, they're like, I've struggled so long. I've done so many things. I put in so much work for you just to say that it's not good enough. You want a better life. You want to Seven of Wands. They're like, why give up? What am I supposed to do? I've tried everything. And they don't care. They don't appreciate it. So that's what you guys see from each other. Yes? Now let's see how you guys actually feel. So Cancer, how do you feel presently? Knight of Swords. You still are like wanting to go towards your ideas. You're like, this has potential. I know this can work. I'm going to go for it. I don't care. And then Taurus, the way that you feel. Taurus has death. Taurus is over it. They're like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't know what else to do about it anymore. So that's it. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm done. I'm finished. They may also want to start over with you. Like, they want to get past this silence that I feel like both of you guys are having with each other. But at the end of the day, they're done with that conversation. I don't think Taurus wants to talk about those possibilities anymore. And Cancer's like, well, we don't have to talk, but I'm still going to go towards whatever I feel. What's the advice? All right, so we got 2 cards. So Cancer, you got the 5 of Cups. So I kind of feel like you're supposed to apologize to the Taurus and let them know that's not what you meant. You just really felt like whenever they shut you down, they shut you out as well, because it was something that was important to you emotionally. And then Taurus, you have the 5 of Swords. So it's kind of like Taurus, you have to kind of allow new thoughts to come into the picture and allow the Cancer to communicate. I feel like Taurus, you haven't said enough. Like, I feel like Cancer has tried to be expressive, communicate with you, and you haven't really, opened up to it. So I feel like Taurus, you need to speak and communicate what you feel, what you truly feel, and that you didn't necessarily want it to go that way or something. And then Cancer with the 5 of Cups, it's like you have to be willing to understand why Taurus is coming from this perspective, why they feel unappreciated, because I do feel like Taurus does love you and vice versa. I feel like you guys definitely love each other, but it's just a matter of seeing things from a different perspective. It's kind of like a clash of generations or generational thoughts. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see what's going to happen in the future. All right. So for Cancer and Taurus in the future, what's the outcome? Ace of Cups, or a renewal of emotions. Okay, so you guys are definitely going to mend whatever had happened, whatever fallout has been happening. You guys are definitely going to make sure that, there's a new clean slate and you guys can actually begin to bond again, which is beautiful, beautiful. 8 of Swords, you're leaving everything that was said. You put it out on the table, but you also leave it there. It's a clean slate. I feel like both of you guys said some things you shouldn't have said, or whatever the case may be, or maybe you didn't say what you should have said. And now you're at a point where it's like, okay, we can let bygones be bygones. Okay, anything else needs to be said? Beautiful ending. One of the best endings I've seen in a long time for this series. All right, so we have 6 of Wands in reverse. So I feel like Cancer, you're not going to be so bold with how you express or like your ideas. You didn't let that go, right? But you're not going to be so like, you're not going to force the Taurus to understand where you're coming from. You're going to be a little bit more demure with it. And you're going to be like, okay, I still want to make this happen. I still want to do this and that, but I'm not going to force you to get on board. And then 5 of Swords for Taurus. I feel like Taurus is like, I'm going to allow you to have your own thoughts, and I'm just going to, keep doing what I do. And if whatever pops off for you happens, then by all means, I'm proud. Okay. But I'm not going to, you guys are kind of just like agreeing to disagree, but you guys are still going on your separate ways of making something happen. I do think if when Cancer takes, like, if they, whatever they're trying to do, if it takes off, they're definitely going to share with Taurus, and Taurus is going to be very proud of them. But I just feel like Taurus has a weird way of trying to accept it. It's not bad at all. It's just kind of a weird way to, agree to disagree. But I feel like, again, it's like a family issue. So it's kind of like you still have to deal with them, even if you don't agree with the way that they think. Okay, so cute. So let's see how you guys are feeling in the future. All right, Cancer, we got the Queen of Swords. So you're very focused. You're still fixated on whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or make happen. I think you're definitely, because Taurus still, you can tell that they don't necessarily believe that it can happen. You're like determined to make it happen, which is what I'm saying. When you're motivated by your emotions and what you feel, you're able to initiate change that is so different that nobody else has seen before. So this is where that comes in for you. So it's kind of like it's a blessing that you guys are this way. And then let's see how Taurus feels. So Taurus has the Hermit. So Taurus feels like, look, I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything. But at the same time, I think they're definitely watching Cancer and they're learning. They're learning. And I feel like Taurus is the elder, like I was saying, but they're being amazed. They're not telling the Cancer this, but they're actually amazed at the things that they see the Cancer doing and the way that they see Cancer is actually, you know, taking off with whatever this is. So it's a beautiful way for things to be happening. Like, you guys may not necessarily express this to each other, but I do see that both of you guys are watching each other and kind of still looking out for each other. So that's really nice. All right, so let's get one last card of, you know, advice. I feel like you guys are already okay, though, and I think it's going to be okay for both of you. All right, so Cancer, you got your own card. You got King of Cups. Keep using whatever that passion is to keep fueling you forward, period. And then we got the Tower for Taurus. So you can still have your way of thinking, Taurus, but just know in the end, whatever your thought was is going to crumble because Cancer is going to prove you wrong. But just be able to encourage them once you see them doing what they're supposed to do, okay? So let's get one last card. This is going to be the Oracle card. So it's basically the message for this whole situation. What did we learn from it? Wisdom. Oh, Taurus. This was your energy that you have. So both of you guys are doing some major learning, and this also is about whenever the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And the funny thing is, Taurus, you're the elder, you're the wise one who's already experienced so much, but I feel like you're going to be the student in this situation, and Cancer is going to be the teacher, but the silent teacher. So this is a really, really weird way for things to happen. It's almost like, I don't know, it's crazy, but it makes a lot of sense. I know a lot of people can relate to this type of dynamic and situation. So congratulations on all the growth that I do see coming you guys' way. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that it helped and made things more clear for you. Cancer, keep going, and Taurus, keep learning. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, if you would like to have a private reading, you can email me or sign up for my Patreon. You can add me on Instagram if you just want to connect in another platform. And if you do not see the other zodiac signs that you want to see within the playlist, you can always comment it down below, and then I'll do a video on it pretty soon, right afterwards. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.